When will you close on your new home? Will it be 30 days, 60 days, 6 months, maybe even a year? A lot of this depends on whether you choose to buy a pre-owned home or new construction. New construction is almost always more appealing, so in this video, I'll be breaking down the timeline to close on your new home should you choose to go that direction. For anyone watching this who may have purchased a new construction home prior to COVID, the timeline for you was pretty straightforward. Unless you were having a custom home built, you could generally expect the timeline from contract to close to be somewhere around 6 to 8 months from the ground up. And if you were fortunate enough to find a house that was already in the framing stage, your time was usually decreased to anywhere between 3 to 5 months.
For a moment, it was pretty sweet.
Well, I'm sad to say those days are gone. Once COVID hit, things started going downhill for new construction, and with the combination of supply chain interruptions, record low interest rates, and material and labor shortages, new home builders found themselves in a position that they hadn't been in quite some time. Lots of people wanted to buy, but they couldn't keep up with the demand. This resulted in our new timeline for new construction, anywhere from 8 months to a year, and sometimes more. But is that always the case? The good news is no.
What did you say?
It's not always the case. Based on builders' new policies on when to allow a home to go under contract, you can generally get back into the ballpark of about 6 months from contract to close. However, be sure to hang around until the end of this video as I'll share with you my #1 tip that has the potential to knock that timeline down to 1 to 3 months. Real quick, if this is your first time here, my name is Eric Coleman and I'm a licensed real estate agent with the PRC Properties Group and Fathom Realty, where we specialize in serving those who serve with all their real estate needs. Do us a favor real quick and smash that like button, and if you want to receive other videos like this, hit the subscribe button as well, as we drop a new video every Friday. How are new builders conducting business these days? Well, in almost all cases, builders are not allowing you to go under contract on one of their homes until the home has reached or is about to reach sheetrock stage. Now, this is good news and bad news.
See, I knew there's a catch. There's always a catch.
The good news is that you should be able to close on your new home within the next 3 to 5 months, barring any material or labor complications. The bad news is that the majority of the color, design, and upgrade selections have already been made and generally are not allowed to be changed. Now, depending on the builder, changes to these items can sometimes be made. However, you will be expected to write a check to the builder for the full cost of those changes up front, and those funds will not be refundable should you terminate the contract and not purchase the home, along with any earnest money that was deposited when you went under contract. You lose that as well. Now, I want to point out that all the scenarios that I've just listed assume that you're building your new home with what we call production builders. Okay, meaning large companies that build multiple homes at a time, usually on a very large and sometimes even national scale. These scenarios do not include custom home builders. These builders generally only build a handful of homes each year, and most often on a lot or piece of land that's already owned by the buyer. A huge benefit when using a custom builder is that you have almost complete control over the design, build, and finish out of your new home. It really is a beautiful thing. However, the downside is that the current timeline for one of these homes to be built is anywhere from 8 to 14 months. So you're left with this choice, okay? Is closing on my new home and moving in sooner more important to me, or is it having the ability to control the majority of the design process? There's generally a higher cost with a custom home builder, but not always, so I wouldn't necessarily make it a consideration unless it became one. As you can see, buying a new construction home today has become quite the lengthy process. So knowing all of this, would you still choose to do it? Tell us your answer in the comments section below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Now, earlier in the video, I told you that I would share with you my #1 tip for potentially knocking your home purchase timeline down to a whopping 1 to 3 months. So here it is. Ask the builder if they have had or are expecting to have any contract terminations. With the current change in the market and the rising interest rates, this has become more and more common, but isn't something that builders are screaming from the rooftops. If they tell you no, and they don't have anything currently under construction that would meet your time frame, ask to be placed on their termination wait list. By doing this, the builder will contact you should someone terminate a contract on a house that matches your wants and needs. Now, depending on the home's current level of completion, you could find yourself closing on your new home in as little as 30 days, just like you would a pre-owned home. Well, that's it for today's video. For more great content like this, be sure to check out one of our other videos that you should be seeing on your screen here in just a minute. So thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.